Greetings, we are back. This is Noble Promise, day 4 of our reading. My Ancestor Speaks, the life, death, and spirit of Emmett Till. Yesterday we completed the other half, second half of a prologue, and today we are going to go into a chapter, our first chapter. A new scenery for you. Let's talk about Malcolm X. Malcolm X was a prolific writer. He read a lot and he was wise. So here's a point of reference to his wisdom, and every chapter will begin with a quote from a noted author. Here's Malcolm X's quote: "If you are black, you are born in jail, in the North as well as the South." So that will be one of the chapters start. It's not determined yet, and just as a reminder, we are here as a collaborative. On your behalf, I welcome your comments and feedback. Beta readers of a sort you may be, meaning that you have a preview of the book before it is complete, and with your input the book will be more appealing. That's the plan. We are at the second rough draft editing stage, and here we go. This is the 4th of July, so there will be some background sounds during the course of the reading. As an antidote, personally, well, you know, I don't know which readers and listeners are out there, but if I may, I am not a celebrator, no longer. As a child, of course, we did the fireworks. We didn't know the total history and the context of that which we celebrated. But as an adult, looking at history and looking at the celebration and studying also the history of ancestors in 1776. Well, enough said. Chapter 1. Ancestors like Emmett Till, with their very rich past on earth, give so much to use in our lives. Ancestors, they cry, they nod in agreement, they understand, and they encourage. Their rumbles and whispering tones are a constant. It is their voices that ring clear, even when the chattering of the world is loud in your ear. One needs only to believe, to listen with the spirit of a non-secular ear, and there you are. Their spirits remain throughout eternity. Listen with soul power, and you hear the reverberations of language and personality within reach. The ancestors are there for the taking. From their ancient drumming to knowing their presence in the world, they offer us the treasures of kinship from their earthly creation and both physical and spiritual invention of our very existence. The Ancestors Speak. Paragraph 1. Paragraph 2. Conversely, the challenges of hate and degradation. Oh, say, can you see in America, with the shadows of gloom hovering in the forms of isms and white supremacy, by the dawn's early light, the foes of civility indeed. Social backdrop. Instead of living in an earthbound utopia, America, for example, and in all actuality, has deepened the chasms of one ism in particular, racism. The invention of mine run amok with supremely disastrous results. Chapter 1, Paragraph 3. My ancestors have so many stories to tell about racism, the abnormality of civility and societal bliss, spinning violently with the sensibility of an endless spinning top, like any object or act so designed to repeat itself in movement and intention. Racism, too, that senseless spiraling beyond anyone's control. The rhyme or reasons pale to the damage inflicted upon everyone in the midst of its gyrations. In America, it continually rises as a monolithic beacon without redeeming qualification, yet a testament to all who perpetuate the affliction. Next paragraph. The idea that racism is an improvement over not being racist is a far-fetched conniption. When you think of how unsanctioned racism is by the rule of nature, it ranks amongst the most vile and ignorant of interpersonal credos. Beyond the indignity of murder, imprisonment, or some form of barbarianism. Yet each of these are very much aligned with and even fundamental to the evidence of the before mentioned. Yet again, there are even more qualifications to racism. Racism, in its eternal languishing within the spaces of time and effect, contributes to social ills such as the industrial prison complex, political gerrymandering, gentrification, and murders at will by law enforcement unofficials. Paragraph 5. In the wake of racism, bigotry, and hate, the life and ultimate death of a young boy named Emmett Till will be forever linked to such an affliction raised up and spawned from the Mississippi Delta soil. The same soil where previous generations of hardworking men, women, and children toiled for sustenance, survival, and measurements of freedom. The freedoms earned and as justified as any inalienable right grant all human beings. The freedoms earned and as justified as any of the inalienable rights granted to all human beings. With the grit of their ancestors, they rose to the challenge. Their souls were driven beyond the lives of their parents with the essence to yield new crops of young bodies and minds. all offspring such as Ancestor Emmett Till saw clearer, brighter horizons in full view. They walked head-on and headstrong into the cold and heartless realities of repressive dogma and daily regimens of dehumanization. Underneath the broad swaths of in-your-face inequity, the young American Negro children of the era of Ancestor Emmett Till, for simply being, existing, they paid dearly, as their parents did too many times over. The vats of blood, sweat, and tears spilled upon the American southern landscape by the time Emmett Till arrived to Mississippi were already immeasurable. Let me repeat that sentence. The vats, those large containers of blood, sweat, and tears spilled upon the American southern landscape by the time Emmett Till arrived to Mississippi were already immeasurable. His ordeal would not be the last, but it would spark a new age of enlightenment and reaction. Tomorrow we will continue with the reading, and there is a contest of sorts. For every video there is an image of something that relates to the life saga of Emmett Till. The idea behind this contest of sorts is to have readers, viewers, itemize, list as many noted images with a description of how they relate to Emmett Till's life, death, and spirit. The one who arrives at the most will win a prize. The one who can discern exactly what images refer to him, listing them and describing how, you win a prize. That's our mission for July in terms of the contest. I'll be talking about that more. I want to also mention this will be a daily video showing during this month, the birth month of Emmett Lewis Till, born July 25th, 1941. He would have been 80 years old this July 25th. So, as I'm signing out, here comes a speed. See, I've never been on one of these. This is called a, what is that called? A motorboat? Ski boat? Jet ski. There they go. Signing off. Peace.